United States is going through something of a miracle itself. Our stock market is at an all-time high. Unemployment is at a 17-year low. We are defeating ISIS. We are strengthening our judiciary, including a brilliant Supreme Court justice, and on and on and on.
Well, President Trump touting his accomplishments on the one-year anniversary of the 2016 presidential election. And as we all remember, stocks were initially down, in fact, down almost 900 points at midnight. And then, well, midnight struck and, well, as you know, we saw the rest. Major indices have soared since that particular night. The labor market's on a tear. Here to discuss it all with me now, David Nelson, Belpointe Asset Management Chief Strategist, along with Peter Brookes, Heritage National Security Affairs Fellow and former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense. Let's start on the economic side. Tremendous job growth, sure. David. You know, and I don't compare this year to the last year. I compare the first year of Trump to the first year of Obama. We know there were extenuating circumstances, but, you know, a stock market that's rallied, GDP that's up, consumer confidence that's up, business confidence that's up. This is better than I think anyone imagined. Even President Trump, in his wildest dreams, probably didn't imagine it would be this
I think
good.
He's pretty happy, and it goes, you brought out a really important point, you know, that big dive after the first night. Obviously, a lot of market pundits have been proved wrong. I think that you've touched on maybe the most important thing this president has brought to the table. It's a change in Washington. You actually have, for the first time in nearly a decade, an administration that actually likes business. They like corporations. It's pro-business. And those consumer confidence numbers, those business confidence numbers, they really translate into a stronger economy, because that's when consumers and CEOs actually open their wallet, and we might see more of that as the year.
You know, it's so funny, and I'm going to go to Peter in 1 second, but I think people do underestimate just how powerful it is to have the President of the United States, the most powerful of the man, not dissing you. You know, not really. I mean, really, you know, profits aren't bad. They're not a four-letter word.
You're actually trying to pass a tax package that doesn't encourage corporations to actually leave the United States.
Peter, on the other end of the spectrum, you know, I always base my investment theory on a foundation of prosperity, right? With peace, you get prosperity. Border crossings are down significantly. ISIS is on the run. I think they've got a little tiny corner of Iraq left. And you see the respect that President Trump is getting around the world, the red carpet treatment in China, for instance. So there's another part to this beyond the economic part, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there have been a lot of foreign policy successes. The president mentioned ISIS. He's put ISIS in crisis. The caliphate is coming apart. It's crumbling. And in fact, you know, we've had a significant decrease in terrorist attacks here in the United States. I mean, we've had 5 terrible plots here this year. Of course, the one most recently in New York City. But the previous year, it was 13. And the year before that, it was 17. So, and that's when ISIS really kicked off. So we've had progress. We're safer here at home, I think, than we were previously. And a lot of that has been what he's doing. He's put North Korea on notice. He's put Iran on notice on the nuclear deal. Even though people are talking a lot about Russia, he's done a lot on the security side to reinforce security in Europe against Russia. I was just in Latvia a week or so ago. I've been in Ukraine this year. They're comfortable and they're happy with what the president is doing in terms of European security.
And by the way, that also reflects in global stock markets, some of which are outperforming America. But guys, real quick, I got to ask about the things on President Trump's checklist that we haven't achieved yet: the tax cuts, repeal and replace Obamacare, building the wall, further immigration reform, and dumping NAFTA. How critical is it that we get some check marks on these things?
The first thing we got to get a legislative win. You know, we have a goose egg up right there right now. You know, regulatory overreach and rolling that back, that's great, but you need lasting reform, and that comes through legislation.
Peter, NAFTA, you know, that's an international issue. Do you think we're going to get some major reform there?
Well, I'm hoping we're going to get some progress, especially even in China, Charles, with you know, the president there. They're talking about signing a bunch of deals coming up. We have a trade deficit there. There are concerns about currency, supporting state-owned enterprises, intellectual property theft. So there's a certain lot to do, but we may have some good news tomorrow from the president's trip in China.
Maybe $250 billion worth of good news. All right, guys.
That's what I'm hearing.
Thank you both very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.